Coming up on this episode of Falmouth in Focus, demonstrators stand up for a free internet, a police cruiser gets stuffed with gifts, and carolers come to Nobska Light. All this and much more on this edition of Falmouth in Focus.
Hello, and welcome to Falmouth in Focus, FCTV's current affairs program. I'm your host, Michael Kasparian. We start this episode at Peg Noonan Park, which was the location for a rally held in support of net neutrality. Put on by Engage Falmouth, the rally saw protesters braving the cold to stand up against corporate control of the internet.
You can't hide. We can see your corporate side.
I'm Sandy Feynman Silva. I live in Falmouth. I'm a retired professor of anthropology at Bridgewater State University, and I am on the board of the Coalition for Social Justice. I'm an activist in Falmouth. Well, this particular fight is, I think, important, and people don't realize it, but the internet is really a forum where people get together, they build coalitions, they get information. It's free and open to everyone, so it's a medium for educating people about all sorts of issues, building their knowledge, critically examining the facts. And this challenging of the net neutrality concept by the FCC will undermine open access to the internet. It might transform the internet in ways that the media, other media have been transformed, especially radio and television, where certain media regions are dominated by particular corporations.
So the reason that we're all here is we're part of a network of demonstrations today. There's about 600 demonstrations nationwide because in 1 week the FCC is going to vote to eliminate all network neutrality protections. Now, these protections have been in effect since the beginning of the internet, but now under President Trump and FCC Chairman Pai, they want to eliminate the protections that prohibit companies from blocking or throttling websites or privileging certain websites over other websites.
And it will allow companies like Comcast, Verizon, AT&T to bundle internet addresses and sell them to their consumers or their customers, like we have to buy television stations, whereas now they are simply available and open. And those companies could limit access to websites that don't share their political views or that they decide are not appropriate to their customers. So that is a problem, and we don't want that to happen.
Thanks to Chris McNeil for that coverage. For the 5th year in a row, the Falmouth Police Department hosted their Stuff a Cruiser toy drive. Benefiting the Falmouth Service Center, the drive took place in the parking lot of the T-Ticket Walmart, where scores of generous people came to help fill up the police vehicles.
Hi, my name is Officer Jamie Donahue with the Falmouth Police Department. Today we're here for the Falmouth Stuff a Cruiser. It's our 5th annual drive, and it benefits the Falmouth Service Center. Every year our drives are out in front of Walmart at T-Ticket, and every year Walmart welcomes us to come and have our drives here. It's convenient for people to donate because they're usually in and out doing their shopping anyway. It's a spot in town where we're easily visible, and it's the 5th year they've let us be out here.
Thank you so very much. Do you want a candy cane?
We collect for the Falmouth Service Center. Last drive we had approximately 180 donations in the form of toys, gift cards, clothing items. What the service center does with those is they distribute to local families, Falmouth families that are in need for extra gifts maybe for their families. Depending on how many donations the service center gets is depending on how they can distribute the toys to families. I did have the opportunity to check out how the service center does their toy distribution. They set it up like a warehouse, and families can actually walk through and shop for their kids. They usually get a small, medium, and a large gift per child, or however many they're able to offer per family or per child. They organize it, they have volunteers like we do here today, and that's how they're able to distribute the gifts. We accept gift cards, we accept new unwrapped toys, and we just don't accept cash. The service center does have recommendations for people if you're looking to make a donation and you're not sure what to get. Teenagers are sometimes overlooked, so they suggest earbuds, body spray sets, books, things that older kids could enjoy. We have a drop box in the Falmouth Police Department, which is open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and anybody who wants to walk into the lobby, an officer will meet them and we'll take the donation. We drop off on Mondays, typically, to the service center. The last day the service center is accepting donations, I do believe, is December 14th, because they need time to distribute the donations. So everybody that you see here today is volunteering their time to give back to the community. And you'll also see members of our families that come and volunteer their time as well. And it's an opportunity for the officers to show their children how to volunteer and how to be charitable. Yeah, everybody that's here is related to an officer.
I am so proud of my officers of the Falmouth Police Department. This toy drive has been going on for 5 years. 5 years ago, Officer Donahue came to me and asked if this is something that I would support. Absolutely. And the other thing I want to say is this community in the last 5 years has just been amazing in what they do. People come out of Walmart with carriages and you think they're just going to take a toy out of that carriage and give it. They leave us whole carriages. And I know the service centers, I know there are families in this community that are very, very pleased with how this community comes back.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Wow, that's awesome. Footballs, I love football. Thank you.
I thought girls might like that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks to Andrew Richards for that story. Starting over a decade ago, Homeless for the Holidays is a different kind of holiday event, giving a glimpse into what life is like for those less fortunate at this time of year. In this next segment, we speak with Michael Muller of the Falmouth Fire and Rescue Department about this eye-opening campaign.
My name is Mike Mueller. I'm here with the Falmouth Firefighters, Local 1397. I'm a firefighter paramedic over there. And we're here at our 2017 Homeless for the Holidays campaign. 16 years ago, there was a Bourne firefighter that started this event. It was locally, just in Bourne for the first number of years. And then 5 years ago, kind of came up in conversation. They said, hey, do you guys want to join along and do your own toy drive and food drive? And so we decided that we were going to do it, everything to go to the Falmouth Service Center, and that's where all the donations, the canned goods, and the new unwrapped toys go, and they get distributed through their holiday program. Next week, actually, they'll be distributed. The plan of the Homeless for the Holidays started with Pixie 103, so it was a 103-hour campaign. They camp out for overnight for the whole time. And that's what we've done in the years past. This year was a little different because this building got built here, so it's an active construction site, so we kind of had to modify it a little bit. So we started yesterday afternoon, and we'll be here till tomorrow afternoon, 24 hours. Somebody can come by at 3 in the morning, drop something off if they want. And it was a little bit slow on the donations yesterday afternoon. Usually it is when we first start going, but this morning, people are out and about doing their errands, going to the grocery store and shopping at Walmart. And we've started to get very busy earlier this morning, and it's going strong through the afternoon here. So we'd like to thank our members that help us man the camp, and there's a lot of legwork that goes into getting things together, and we get a lot of people that support us with that. I'd like to thank Longfellow Design Build for letting us kind of hang out at their construction site. It's a little not the best situation, but it's working so far. And we'd like to thank the community for coming out and making the donations, and it makes a big difference. A lot of families over the holiday season.
Thanks to Jeff Wyman for that coverage. There are always topics to report on from Town Hall, and this week is no exception. Here are some updates from recent municipal meetings chosen based on community impact.
In the last Selectmen's meeting, the board heard a report from the Historical Commission. Chairman Ed Haddad presented many things to the board relating to the commission. Mr. Haddad spoke about the history and makeup of the Historical Commission and discussed a variety of projects the current commission members are working on.
We have about 100 to 120 hearings per year or applications per year. About 60% of those get handled administratively, meaning that they're a repair or like materials, and we're able to prove them administratively through the planning department and the chairman. And the balance of them actually have to come through a hearing. I identified 4 projects that we've identified as important to us as a commission, and that's the Woods Hole Planning Study, which is being conducted by the Cape Cod Commission, the list of significant buildings update, the historic district markers, and we're looking to revise the boundaries of the existing historic districts.
The Selectmen also conducted interviews for potential members of the Commission on Disabilities, Human Services Committee, and the Agricultural Commission. The Selectmen focused most of their questions to the applicants around their past experiences with the work of each board and why they were interested in volunteering for such a position in town.
I think it's important that the public, our community, are educated to the needs, advocacy for our folks.
Karen Delaney. And could you tell us about your interest in this committee?
Sure.
I've lived in Falmouth since 2001, and since that time I've been actively involved in my children's school. And since the last 8.5 years, I've worked at the Falmouth Service Center. I'm the deputy director there, and I've worked in a variety of roles with homeless families in my background.
Unless anyone has further, I think this is a brilliant, perfect fit, and so I would move appointment of Karen Delaney to a term ending
June 30,
2018.
A representative from the Community Health Center of Cape Cod presented to the Selectmen an update on the programs and services the health center offers. In the presentation, statistics were given showing the growth in population that the health center serves. Some major goals were highlighted in the presentation, notably program expansion, veteran services, and overall service to the public.
Certainly are looking at a number of ways. We already have open access or walk-in services in most of our locations, but we're looking at ways to increase that. We're also expanding our wellness programming, working again with the County Prevention Coalition and the YMCA and a number of other community-based agencies. So wellness is certainly where we're going to put more resources going forward.
I certainly know a lot of the founders of the Falmouth
Yes.
Free Clinic, and I know a number of physicians that have worked as part of it. My wife, uses your services. I used your services for quite a while. Then my physician went, and out of loyalty, I went with her. But I have to say that the quality of the services that we always received was just outstanding, and I think the genuine supportive greetings that we always got and understanding of whatever health issues we had was just really appreciated.
To watch any of these meetings in their entirety, please visit FCTV's website at fctv.org to view the programming schedule. Right now, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll stop by Nobska Light. Stay with us.
Falmouth Jewish Congregation, Jewish life on Cape Cod the way you'd hoped it would be. Falmouth Jewish Congregation is a vibrant, egalitarian, Reform congregation affiliated with the Union for Reform Judaism. All are welcomed with warmth and respect. Jews, interfaith families, and people of all ages, race, sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. Our congregation has grown to a membership of more than 300 households from Cape Cod and beyond.
Falmouth Jewish Congregation serves the needs of the Jewish community for lifelong Jewish learning, worship, social justice, and socializing. And we serve our neighbors and the community at large by offering programs that inspire, educate, entertain, and unite us in the pursuit of social justice.
What can you expect to find happening at Falmouth Jewish Congregation? A lot. Among our many offerings are lifelong Jewish learning, such as Torah study, adult Hebrew classes, book discussions, and courses and lectures.
Our cultural programming includes Summer Jewish Film Festival, concerts and coffee houses, and author talks. We offer varied worship experiences, all infused with music and spirit. Jewish education for children, our Beit Sefer, women of Reform Judaism and men of Reform Judaism, and social justice activities.
Falmouth Jewish Congregation affords intimacy, warmth, ease of access to professional staff, and a genuine sense of family. In other words, we are Hamish, Yiddish for warm or home-like. We are a year-round congregation, busy in the winter and even busier in the summer.
To learn more about us, visit our website or Facebook page. Better yet, email or call to arrange a visit or stop by at our beautiful Hatchville campus. That includes our Blanche and Joel D. Sefer Community Center, the East End Meeting House, and Falmouth Jewish Cemetery, the Cape's only freestanding Jewish cemetery.
Welcome back. A colorful sunset and silvery moon set an idyllic backdrop for the annual Christmas sing-along at Nobska Light. The event kicked off Falmouth's Holidays by the Sea weekend put on by the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. So what's happening here is the first of many events that's going on for the Holidays by the Sea weekend, which is our annual Christmas caroling at Nobska Lighthouse, which is made possible through the generosity of the Friends of Nobska Light and our sponsor, which is Service Credit Union. And it's going to be featuring the Solstice Singers, who are going to be here singing Christmas carols. We're anticipating a lot of people here tonight because, as you know, the lighthouse was just done, and there's been a lot of curiosity. So we've had a lot of calls at the chamber, people wanting to know, oh, can we come? Is the lighthouse going to be open? Which it is, so we're hoping there's going to be quite a few people here.
Well, it's just fun, and it starts our season in a very relaxed way. A little intensely relaxed, but it is fun, and it's just a beautiful venue. And tonight was especially nice. It wasn't as windy and as cold and as snowy as other events have been. So the Solstice Singers perform generally 2 programs a year, one at the winter solstice and one at the summer solstice. So we have a program coming up in a couple of weeks, but and so we've been busy practicing for that, but to have people come out on this night and actually maybe wear out their vocal cords a little bit.
And bring you round here, the tidings we bring to you and your...
I'm a Woods Hole resident. My father was a scientist at the Marine Biological Laboratories. I live in the family home. It's just a very, very special place for me and my family. It always has been, it always will be. And to be able to participate in this is, it's an honor.
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Thank you to the Falmouth Chamber for supporting this. May your days be long, healthy, and blessed.
If you'd like to learn more about Nobska Light, the Friends of Nobska Light keep an active Facebook page. Just search Friends of Nobska Light. Thanks to Liz Lerner for that story. Falmouth may be best known in the running community for its annual road race, but that doesn't mean it's the only race in town. For the 6th year in a row, the Jingle Jog brought a crowd of costumed runners of all ages. FCTV spoke with Jeff Nickerson and Wendy Gelfie about this fun community event.
We're here at the Jingle Jog and Elf Run, which is in its 6th year. The Elf Run is about 800 meters, and the Jingle Jog is a full 5K, 3.1 miles. We have 200 people re-registered again this year, which is more than we've ever had, and we're real excited to do this, and we'd like to be a big part of this Holidays by the Sea weekend for the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce.
The Jingle Jog in particular is all about fun. So everybody dresses up, you bring your kids, we have the Elf Run, which is a short half-mile run. It's just a fun event.
I am so glad to run the Elf Run.
This is Avery's second 5K. We're really excited about running the Jingle Jog together, and it's an excellent day for a race.
We probably have 20 to 25 volunteers, all ages, 15 up to 70 volunteer, and we recruit from all over town.
I love the Jingle Jog. This is, I think, my third or fourth time. I try to come every year. I run it with my dad every year, and we have the best time. It's just such a festive experience, so much fun, and obviously I love to dress up.
We do this every year. It's a fun and exciting event for all of us as a family.
We have our sponsor, Dunkin' Donuts and Anytime Fitness. They provide snacks and hot chocolate for the kids and coffee for the adults, caffeine. So we try to make this all about fun. No pressure, just show up, run the race, have some food. Then we have Santa coming in from the harbor, seafaring Santa. So it's just a fun time.
Good to see you.
Jesus our Emmanuel, hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks to Andrew Richards for that piece. Each December, the Falmouth Village Green and downtown area is beautifully lit in a dazzling display of holiday lights. FCTV was there to give you this coverage, speaking to Patty Erickson, chairman of the board of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm Patty Erickson. I work at Cape Cod 5 here in town. I'm also the chairman of the board for the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. Cape Cod 5 is a sponsor of tonight's event. Tonight is fantastic. We have Santa Claus who's here tonight. I think this is the biggest crowd we've had since I've been a part of this event. Very, very excited to be here. Everybody's very happy. The weather's cooperating.
This is wonderful. It's wonderful seeing all the people here. And Naywin, this is one of her first times to see it, and she's quite excited when the tree lit up. It's just a great event, and I hope we do this again next year.
Merry Christmas.
The Falmouth Village Association had a big part in having all of the businesses participate in the Falmouth Stroll. We're very excited this year that we were able to shut down the roads, and that way folks could walk down the middle of the road and no one would get hurt. And it just, again, a lot more people here to enjoy the festivities of the Falmouth Stroll.
I can't give you anything but love. Oh, no, siree. I can't give you anything but love.
We've got a lot of trees that are lit up. We have a lot of vendors. We have a lot of characters walking around for the kids. We had a petting zoo going on. Again, a lot of the businesses were providing hot chocolate, coffee, cookies, and goodies for all the folks that are attending the event tonight. Every year I'm just always amazed at how many people attend this event.
You can check out the Village Green's festive lights for the rest of the season. Thanks again to Andrew Richards for that piece. As the seasons change, fishermen may find themselves dropping their lures elsewhere. Ryan Collins of My Fishing Cape Cod takes us to Costa Rica in this next segment, and we learn the benefits of using certain lures to catch trout.
Hello everyone, this is My Fishing Cape Cod intern Andrew Burke checking in with you for the month of December. In this month's fishing report, we're going to talk about fishing soft plastic lures for wintertime trout. The key to catching most fish in cold water is a slow retrieve speed and a very small lure, like this little Bass Assassin paddle tail on a 1/16 ounce jig head. Any small curly tail grub will work.
There we go.
But I've had great success with the Bass Assassin soft plastics. While fishing for trout, you can also expect to catch bass and perch with these lures. You'll notice here that I make a cast and then leave the bail open for a very long time. I'm allowing the lure to settle all the way to the bottom before beginning my retrieve. From there, it's a very slow retrieve, focusing on fluttering that bait just above the bottom. The bites are often very delicate, so do your best to stay in contact with the lure at all times. Using soft plastics with single hooks makes unhooking the trout very easy.
Beautiful winter colors on that fish.
The trout fishing is fast and furious in the Cape Cod ponds right now.
What a hit! What a hit!
But if you're looking for big fish from the beach, your best bet is to head south. My Fishing Cape Cod founder and creator Ryan Collins is currently in Costa Rica, pursuing some exotic species.
I didn't think this guy
In this clip,
this good.
he's on with a giant needlefish.
Look at the colors on this guy. Wow, what a cool fish. Wow. Look at the colors on this guy. Unbelievable.
The saltwater fishing from shore on Cape Cod has wrapped up for the season. But if you're traveling south this winter, make sure to bring a fishing rod with you. You never know what you're going to catch when you're fishing a white Canal Magic swimmer.
Species. That guy's huge. On the Canal Magic swimmer. Wow. This guy's enormous. What a cool fish. We definitely got to eat him up. Wow. Just slam that magic swimmer. Look at those jaws going.
This is my Fishing Cape Cod intern, Andrew Burke, signing off. Tight lines and take care.
Thanks to Andrew Burke and Ryan Collins for providing us with that footage. We're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we'll learn about a delicious program at Falmouth High School. Stay with us.
Cozy is a big white and black short hair male. This gentleman is 12 years young and as sweet and friendly as can be. He has a gleaming white fur coat, accented by a few splotches of black on his head and back, as well as a black tail. Cozy came to People for Cats because his previous owner passed away. A really neat fact about this fellow is that he was rescued in New Orleans as a 5-month-old kitten in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. He's been checked out by our vet and is reported to be in very good health. Cozy is a calm, sweet lap cat that has been very well loved. If you're looking for a love bug to keep you company on cold winter evenings, look no further. To learn more about Cozy, please call People for Cats at 508-540-5654, visit peopleforcats.org, or come by during adoption hours.
Welcome back. Last episode, we ran a story about Falmouth High School's early childhood educational vocational program. This week, we bring you inside another vocational program, Culinary Arts, which finds students making cupcakes from scratch.
We offer 3 classes here at the high school. The first class is Foods for Healthy Living, and we focus on nutrition as well as independent cooking at home. So the students, when they walk away, they can plan healthy meals, cook for themselves independently and for others at home. That's our goal there. When they've succeeded through that course, they may then go on to baking and pastry or global gourmet. In baking and pastry, we learn about the food science of the ingredients. What are they doing? How are they interacting? Can I make a substitution? And there they learn a lot. They're able to produce a lot of professional looking finished products that you would find in a pastry shop. And in level 2, Global Gourmet, we go back to nutrition but with an international perspective. We focus on foods from the Asian diet, the Mediterranean diet, and the Latin American diet. And they work more often in the kitchen, so they're enhancing their skills, getting more practice, and they also complete the Serve Safe Food Handlers course, and they leave that class with their certificate. They're more likely to get a job out in the field or in the food industry. It shows the employer that they know what they're doing when it comes to food safety.
I think one of the biggest things I've learned is how to be safe in the kitchen, as well as kind of having fun with it and discovering different tools to kind of create my own recipes and expand upon them.
Somewhere to really go and learn like the stuff that you would never think of in culinary. If you want to learn everything, like this is like a good stepping stool to get there. Like if you're trying to be a cook or something, because some of this stuff, like people think they can cook, but they don't really know what this thing does in like a certain recipe. They just know that it goes in there. So that's what, if you want to really know what that does, you should take culinary and baking and pastry. You'll figure it out.
I think you should absolutely take culinary. It's a great class, and the 3 courses that you can take throughout are all amazing, and they teach you something different in each class, which I think is incredible.
Thanks to Ryan Weber for that piece. Here at FCTV, we want you to know that television can be as easy as hitting record on your smartphone. We'd like to invite all Falmouth residents and visitors to share their slice of life with us. Email us your photos and videos, or upload them to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using the hashtag MyFalmouth or Falmouth in Focus to be featured on the show. Thank you to our most recent contributors. We leave you now with the sights and sounds of the Falmouth Christmas Parade. Thanks for watching Falmouth in Focus. We'll see you next year.